guys! Welcome back to my channel. I am back. It's been about 2 months as usual. It's always a little longer than I want it to be. But I have a lot of stuff to show. I've made progress on quite a few of my projects, still no finishes, but I have gotten a lot of haul, so I have a lot of new patterns to show.
Hi!
Yeah, hi! Yeah, she sees herself. Yeah, oh, pretty girl, yeah. I was gonna wait until she went to bed to start this, but I was talking to my husband and he's like, you mean the baby's not gonna be in it? And I said, well, no, but I was like, oh man, like, now she's like the star of the show, so I at least wanted her to be able to say hi quickly. And then I'm gonna put her to bed and then I'll be back to actually do the real chat and show the stuff. Yeah, mama. But yeah, so I have a lot of stuff to show. I'm really excited about it. It's been a busy I think it was before Christmas the last time that I was on here. So we went to New Jersey and are back again. Drove overnight, going back and forth with this one, and it was okay. It wasn't terrible. We survived it. Yeah. She is a ham bone now and very chatty. So yeah. What? This one started to color. I am hoping, crossing my fingers, that she's crafty, but she's starting to color, loves books, so I'm trying to foster that a little bit. Oh, you want to show them tomorrow? This will probably be, I don't think I'm gonna, this is not focusing well. Oh yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so we made little Valentines for a class. I haven't posted. Oh, here, I'll show you. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. We made little Valentines. I'm very glad you are my friend. Thanks, Pinterest. But yeah, so she did the little stickers on there, and then I signed her name, which is so cute. I was gonna have, oh yeah, you wanna show them your Valentine? And then I'm gonna attach it to little bags of Teddy Grahams. So it's gonna be super cute. So I still have that to do after bedtime, and I need to talk to you guys, but that's the fun part, so. Oh, don't fold it up. Oh no. That's for your friends. All right. This one has to go to bed. You wanna go to bed? No? You wanna go read books? Yeah, all right. I will go put her to bed. I'll be back in a second for you guys. Probably more like an hour for me, but that's okay. And I will be right back. Okay, let me scooch back. I want you close. I do not need you that close. Okay. All right, I am back. Back again. Baby is sleeping, so I am free. Did all the dishes. So I'm one of those people that like the dishes need to get done, like everything clean before I can relax. So dogs are walking around. And I feel like Amy from Amy Loves Toys, she's one of my favorite. I just love watching. She's so calm and relaxing, and I love what she stitches, but she always has her little dogs walking around, and that's what I feel like tonight. They've been very antsy and walking around a lot. But so yeah, as I was saying, I've been working on a few projects, and I've gotten a lot of haul. In a couple weeks ago, I have one of my clients from work. I've been watching her dog about once a year when they go on vacation. So we've had this little Lhasa Apso. She literally had pigtails. It was adorable and ridiculous at the same time. But she was with us for about 2.5 weeks. So I made some money from that, and my husband, I'm sorry if you can hear that dog drinking. Oh wait, I'll wait a sec. All right, he's done. But I got a chunk of cash from that, and my husband said, I want you to take that and do whatever you want with it. So first I was like, I'm gonna pay off my school loan, or because I only have like a few $100s left on that. And he's like, is that what you want to do? And no, that's not what I want to do. So I'm gonna get some stuff for work. I need a couple new tools and stuff to use at work. And then I was like, I have been waiting. I am gonna get some of the charts that I've been like are on my wish list. So that was super fun. So I kind of went on a little shopping spree and got some new stuff. Yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on. We had At work we had instead of a Secret Santa at Christmas, at my salon we call it Spread the Love, but it's kind of like a secret Valentine's. Same thing as Secret Santa. We all draw names, but then they assign you a day and you have to treat your Valentine. Because there's like 25, 30 of us that work there, you don't know everybody. So you fill out this little, like your favorite color, your favorite foods. That way whoever gets you has an idea of what you like. One of the lines was hobbies. I was like sitting there, not that I'm embarrassed that I do this, but I'm like, people aren't going to know what to do with that. But I was like, should I lie and say read it? Which I do. I love to read. I don't have the time to read right now, so I just don't do it anymore. But, so I did it. That's when my husband's like, did you do it? And I'm like, I did. My one big hobby. So I put cross stitch and in parentheses because I'm a little old lady trapped in this body. Oh, that sounded weird. I do not mean that in a bad way. I am sorry. As I was saying that, I'm like, I hope this doesn't offend anyone. I do not mean that in a bad way. But overall, it is more of like an antiquated hobby, which now, I mean, trying to bring that, it'd be great if it came back, but most of the time when I say it, people are like, what? They don't realize that the patterns are beautiful and all this other stuff. But yeah, did not mean that in a bad way at all. It's the same like stigma as like, me and my husband went on an Alaskan cruise years ago, and we were like one of 5 couples that were in our like 20s. It was weird. So I don't know. There's just something about it, but yeah. So I gave that. So the girl who got me is one of the estheticians, and she was like, I didn't know. She tried to get something from me from like every line. So she got me like, I said I'd like nail polish, so she got me nail polish, and she got something from like every line that I filled out, which was not the point, but she's like, I didn't know what to get you for cross stitch, so, and I'm like, it's totally fine, please don't worry about that. So yeah, I feel so bad. I did not mean that only old people do this, because clearly it's not the case. Besides, I'm an old soul trapped in this body anyway, so no judgment here. So yeah, so I guess that's it. I mean, life hasn't been, it's winter time. We survived the polar vortex. That was terrible, but it was like -40, -45 when that came through. It was cold, so we didn't leave the house. We just stayed in that day. Like basically the whole town shut down. It was pretty crazy. Purdue, the college, they shut down, which that was a huge deal. They canceled all classes. I think that's only happened 12 times, so that was a big deal for them to do, but that sucks. I'm pretty much just waiting for spring right now. That's about it. So just holding on for the next month and a half, 2 months. My husband is probably, I mean, more than likely, he hasn't gotten the ticket yet, but I mean, it's all in the works right now. He's going to China the beginning of April to visit. We have friends out there, and we decided at the beginning of this year, like this year, as we're gonna do more like for our family. Last year we traveled a lot, but it was to visit New Jersey and to visit my in-laws. We visited both those places 3 times, so that's 6 trips over the course of the year. It was a lot of time. We need a house sitter when that happens, so it's a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort. So we said we didn't get like a lot of visitors in our house, so we said we're gonna pull back. We're gonna do some stuff for us. We're gonna fix up the house a little bit. So we'll still do stuff and visit people, but we're not going to overextend ourselves like we did last year. So with that, my husband, we have really good friends that live over there. I did not want to be a 15-hour plane ride away from the baby, so I am staying back. That's really, really far. Before Abigail's here, I might have gone, but it's a great opportunity. I mean, when else are you going to travel to China? You have friends that live there. A local gets to show you around, so that'll be great. So I'll be there for like a week, 8 days in April, so that'll be interesting. Just me and the baby, but it'll be good. I'm excited for him. I think he's gonna have a really good time. He's a little nervous, but he'll have a blast. One of these days, he is going to oh, that was weird. I thought I heard a whistle. I think it's the music that I have on. Sorry. Yeah, it is. Okay. My husband is working late. He usually is home at a normal time, but today he had to work 3 to 11. Whenever he's not home, I'm always like a little like sketched out, like, what's that noise? What is that? Not, as of course I'm saying this as he's going to be gone for 8 days. I'm not, we have dogs and we live in a safe area. It's not that I'm scared like that, but I like work myself up sometimes. Watch too many ghost shows and too many shows about Bigfoot, and I'm like, oh, he's here. Someone's coming for me. But yeah, if anybody was actually here, I mean, our dogs would go. They wouldn't do anything, but they would at least bark. But yeah, I have like classic rock in the background, and there was a bird or something on it. Okay, I think that's it. Probably like, shut up, get the stitching. I'll have to put a thing like, if you don't care, go to this time and you'll just get to the stitching. But I think that's it. Okay, I'll go as we go along. All right. So in the last couple months, I was working on, I don't know if you remember this, the Teddy Bear Bakery. Oop, I'm just gonna hold it up. There we go. Ooh, that's creepy. And you see like one eye peeking over. Cover it. All right. Teddy Bear Bakery. I've been working, I think last time I think was the first time I showed this, and I had about halfway done. I mean, I didn't concentrate on this by any means, but I got a little work on it, and so I figured I might as well show it. So I got more of the bear. Last time I just had her arm. Ooh, how am I gonna do this? There we go. Last time I just had her arm, so I basically have her whole, she's faceless, which is kind of creepy, but I did her whole lower body, and I backstitch as I go, so I've just been chugging right along. I enjoy backstitching, but if I left it till the end, I would lose my mind. It would be way too much. So I like to do it as I go and kind of see it come alive, because it really, especially with sew to stitch, I think it's a lot of backstitching, so it looks cute, and then when you backstitch it, it really, here, I'll unfold it and show you the whole thing. Boop. There we go. So there's the whole thing. It'll be cute. My fabric, I don't even know if I can get it all in. Fabric's really big, so I'll be able to fit. I mean, it's just white. I'm sure I'll find something to put on it, but it's just a white linen. I think it's like a 32 count. It's nothing fantastic, but I was excited. I had a little extra. Maybe I'll put, StitchCon is happening in June, and all of a sudden that's coming up, and I'm starting, Pam and Steph are talking about it, so it's getting excited. And I'm like, it's going to be great. I have to reserve a room still, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But I have to pick out a small, so maybe that'd be kind of fun. Like if my small for StitchCon was like my first finish, because I'm still haven't finished anything. Year and a half in doing this, and no finishes to show for it, but I'm like a serial starter. I can't. Speaking of serial starting, I don't even know, like I have to look up the specs, like how big a small has to be. I don't know if I'll like make a pillow, but I love the idea, and I want to bring home something from StitchCon, so I'll be a part of the, I think someone had put in the StitchCon group, they were like, oh, like what do people like, and someone had commented like, I'd be happy to get whatever, and that's what I was trying to think, like I was trying to stress like what's popular and what are people into and what am I gonna do, but I would honestly be happy with whatever, so I feel like that's what 95% of the people probably don't care. It's just great to have a handmade gift. All right. I did do New Start. I started something new, and there's a reason. I'll show you the pattern. It says, be joyful. I don't know. It's a Design Works. It's called Be Joyful. Yeah, it's a Design Works. I got it at Hobby Lobby when they're having that big sale. I literally, let's see if I can show you. Literally paid $5 for this. It's like, okay, it's not gonna focus, but I paid $5 for it, trust me. It's awesome. But anyway, I started this. I mean, it's not only, it's cute and colorful, and I mean, Soda Stitch is really colorful too, but it has a metric ton of backstitching. This is, I mean, heavy. Everything is outlined, and the look at that flower, it's gonna be crazy. But I did it for that reason, but there are also, it was cheap, so it's kind of like a practice piece. There are beads on this and French knots, neither of which I have done before, and I've been like kind of crushing over Mirabilia patterns. When I first started stitching, I was like, I don't get people that do like to stitch people. That's something I'm not into. now I've been watching Flosstubes and seeing these Mirabilias, and I'm just like, I get it. So I've gotten, part of my haul is that I got a Mirabilia in there, and then I have Miss Christmas Eve, which I got a while ago. But they're heavily beaded, so I need some practice on how to like figure it out before I go with like a big pattern like that. But I thought this was cute. Cute to practice on. Then French knots, I mean, you could practice. I guess beads you could practice on anything too, any type of scrap fabric, but figured I'd do something of it too. So I'll show you where I got on that. That just came with Aida. I don't know what count, 14 or 16 count Aida. I had some light blue, I think even weave. Yes, even weave. I got this for another pattern and it was the dimensions were too small, so I just had this on hand. So I just switched it over to a blue even weave, which I really like stitching on. So I might, a little bit more than linen too. Let me fold this so I can show you. This is how far I got. Doesn't have a tail and it doesn't have a face yet, but I've been starting to do the back stitch. I almost just put this in my drink, which would be really unfortunate. Yeah, but she's coming. She's super cute. Lesson's like, look at you go. You're going to finish that like next week. But I've been working pretty exclusively. I feel like this is kind of like what I concentrated on in the last month and a half. So that's why I've made some actual progress. But the back stitching is no joke. And it's not perfect, so don't judge me. But I mean, the legs, it's just everything. The whole thing is all, it's serious. I keep losing my track. It's late. It's like 9:45. Yeah, because I had to put the baby down and then I cleaned a little bit, so it's getting up there in time. Took the baby to Barnes & Noble's for the first time today. It was freaking adorable. She ran around like crazy. I didn't know, they have like a whole like toy section in there, and there was I went around, it's like 4:30, there was nobody in there, so she could just run around and have a good old time. It's crazy. I got home, I had to make dinner. It's just like a marathon until she hits bed, and then I'm like, clean. But maybe I'll get a little, maybe like an hour or so of stitching in before I go to bed. We'll see. And the other one is my fox, which I made pretty good progress on this too. I know this one a lot of people have liked, which I'm starting, I backstitched, you'll see a little bit of the face, and it's really starting to pop a little bit, but this is going to be gorgeous when it's done. I really like the Riolis kits. I'm not a huge kit person, but I've found, now that I've opened up a couple of the kits, the Riolis are really, I'm like, they have a lot of like blended in there. It just really, it gives it a really nice look. And this one has that wool fiber, which is a little fuzzy, but it kind of gives it a cool texture to it, to fox, so that's okay. I have my needle on this, so I take my needle off. Because this is coming, ooh, it actually has a face now, which is super cute. So I think last time I only had like one ear and it wasn't backstitched at all. So I kind of backstitched the face, and now it has two ears. I can't, the back, they have a little bit, it's like, I mean, it's not backstitch, it's just kind of defining on the fur and everything. So yeah, that's cool. I love that it has a face. And then I started a little bit on the background just because I was sick of doing just the fox, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna switch this up. So probably what I'm gonna do, I'm probably just gonna now just work my way from the top down. So I'll probably do the whole background from the face up and then go into the lower body there. Yeah, that's super pretty. Every time I take it, I'll like put it away for a little bit and I'll take it out and I'm like, oh, this is so, like, why did I put this down? I just love it. So yeah, that'll be really pretty when it's done. Notice everyone lately is doing like the like ironing pieces and it looks so nice, and I'm always like, especially this I was doing on a Q-snap, and now that I'm like to the side it doesn't fit, so I have to do it in hand, so I'm literally just like, I just like scrunch it up and then I stitch it. I mean, obviously better than that, but I just kind of crumple it to where I'm stitching and then stitch there, so this is kind of a hot mess. But it's getting softer. Also, everybody's been talking about like the stitch 9, and I'm like, I could do that, but that's saying myself, I'm not going to finish 9 things this year. Heck, especially now, that'd be like 1 a month. Now, that's unfortunately not my life. I'm like, we have too much planned for this year and too much we want to do, but I promise you this, I get my stitching in typically at least a little bit at nighttime, even if it's just for a half hour, almost every night. I'm like, I kind of feel like it's my little bit of sanity at the end of the day. Play therapist to people all day long. I need a little therapy session myself. So yes, that's all I worked on. That's all the progress that I've made, which is a decent. I saw some actual, I mean, obviously the new start is a lot, but the fox, that's the one I really saw quite a bit. When I traveled to my parents, I did not get as much stitching in as I wanted. I mean, it just doesn't, the lighting there isn't awesome. And then we were traveling with my daughter, was great. We had a really awesome time, but it was absolutely exhausting because she was like on the go. I mean, we didn't have a lot of downtime, and then she was up 6 a.m. every single day, and we shared a room, so her crib was like 3 feet from where I was sleeping. Every single morning at 6 a.m. I'd hear her moving around, and I'd just pretend to be asleep, and then I'd just hear her stand up, and she would lean over, "Hi, Mama, hi," every morning. So it was exhausting. And I was sick. In my last video, I was starting to lose my voice. I ended up getting really, really sick, I think from the baby. So I went out there with an awful cough. I mean, I was like, not, Robitussin, Christmas Day, I was just like slamming that back just so I wouldn't have coughing. It was just like a really bad upper respiratory. I'd never had coughing fits quite like that, and it was pretty bad. So it was good trip, 10-day trip, got to see a ton of family. Abigail got to hang out with people, but it was a doozy. It was very tiring. So that's why we want to take like an actual vacation this year and actually rest maybe a little bit would be great. All right, so now we're to haul, and I have some haul, a decent amount of haul. So I'll start with stuff I got off of Stash Unloading, and then like the stuff that I actually ordered from myself. Ooh, hold on. I don't know, she's sleeping. I don't know if you can see her. This was also another, whoa, wow, that's like interdimensional. Yeah, you can see there. So she's sleeping, but when we were in New Jersey, I kept the monitor like on the back of my parents' couch, and there was one that like I just kind of hit it, and it hit the ground, and it just shattered the screen, which is super sad, but it's usable. I mean, we have a small house, so we know when she's up, but I like being able to see her, and it's like using a phone with the shattered screen. It's usable. Maybe one day we'll get a new one, but I had talked to like I called Motorola, and I talked to them. Oh gosh, okay. Talked to them, and I was like, oh, is there any way where I could like just buy the handheld part? Oops, just turned it on. And they're like, oh no, you can only buy like the full system again. So that means just to get a new one of this, I have to buy a new handheld, a new actual camera, all the cords. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. So putting my foot down. Screw corporations, right? I'll get you. And they actually, now I'm regretting, of course, I like acted in anger, and I was super annoyed, and I was like, forget it, because they said like, oh, well, we'll just send you a new, like, I guess if it's still under warranty, they'll send us a new camera, the whole system for like $110, and I'm like, okay, that's half off, but I don't need a new camera, I don't need all that stuff. Now I'm like, well, maybe that'd be great. I'll just get a whole new system for cheap, but no. Sorry, no, I don't love the camera that much. Haul. I keep getting way off track. First one I got was Quaker Christmas Bygone Stitches. This one I've wanted for a while, and then it popped up on Stash Unloading, and I was just like, yup, sign me up. So the picture of this, that's what when I got it, I was like, ooh, like, do I love that? But I've seen it stitched up, and I've seen like people working on it, and it's beautiful. So it's one of those cases where it's just like, it just doesn't photograph well. But I haven't done a Quaker pattern yet, so I mean, I don't know realistically when am I gonna start this. I don't know, but it's super pretty, and you can do it in whatever colors that you want. So yeah, I was happy with that. I always laugh because I'm like, the Stash Unloading is great, but a lot of times they'll be like, people will be like jumping all over a pattern, and I'll see something I like, and I'll go into 1, 2, 3 stitch, and you can get it for the same price over there. So it's like this like mob mentality, like everybody wants it, and I'm like, you can get it over there at another site for the same or $1 or $2 more, but still a super fun group. I'm gonna have to remove myself because I'm gonna try, now that I did like a big haul this time, I'm gonna try not to buy, because that's like the whole like Stitch 9 challenge is don't buy a lot, if anything, this year. So I'm gonna try not to buy anything else other than things like if I want to start any of these projects, threads and fabric and stuff, until StitchCon, because I was like, I'm not gonna buy anything else this year. And then, well, vendors at StitchCon, I'm like, oh, okay, never mind, take that back. So I am, yeah, I'll just hold off till June, kind of save some money for StitchCon, and then of course when you see stuff in person, you need to have it, so I'll just wait till then to do that. Another one I got from Stash and Loading is a Plum Street sampler, the Merfolk's Eden. This was just like a random day when my husband's like, hold on, spend what you want, and I was like, well, okay. And then there was just, Stash and Loading is it's hit or miss, so I'm like, there are periods where there's nothing and nothing, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, yep, and I got like, I think I got 3 or 4 things off of them in the last month. So yeah, Merfolk's Eden. I just thought this was a super cute stitch. Let me see if I can focus. There we go. So it has some dolphins, it has mermaids. I love the ocean, and I love mermaids. So yeah, that just looks like a fun, I haven't done a Plum Street yet, and this looked like a little fun stitch, so I don't know, there's just something about it that I really liked. I like the colors too, like it's not anything crazy, grays and reds. Yeah, so there's that one. And then sticking, this is from the same person, I'm like, I'm in a mermaid mood. I'm like, just give me all the mermaid stuff. This is the other memorabilia that I got, the Mermaid of Atlantis, which I think she is gorgeous. I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna either start, I might not start her soon. I might start her in the summer. But I don't know if I'll do her on green. Like, I'd like to do her on like a blue kind of oceany background with her being a mermaid. But I just thought she was super, super pretty. And I discovered with the memorabilias too, I tend to like the brunette ones more for no particular reason, but I just think there's something really striking with her, the blue and green, and then the really dark hair. I think she's really pretty. Yeah, so she should be super pretty. I've been watching Luda Stitches, I believe. The gorgeous Russian woman. But she does a lot of memorabilias, and her stitching is like, it's just so pretty. So I'm like, I've been watching a lot of her, and she has a lot of memorabilias, and I was like, okay. Kyle from Stitching and Sound, he does a lot of memorabilias, so I've just been kind of wooed by the memorabilia. Not that I've stitched one, but now I'm like totally into their patterns, so that's super fun. And then the last one that I got from Stitch and Loading was another Plum Street. Oh, so I got 2 Plum Streets. This was Liberty's Welcome. I just thought that was a super fun one to stitch and maybe have out in the summer. Like, I'm very realistic about this. Like, maybe one day this'll be in my house. I'm on Pinterest a lot, and people do like sampler walls, or like they're stitching, they'll kind of display in one area, and we have this great hallway that would be perfect for that, but I don't know when that would happen. Maybe when my babies are grown. Babies, but we have one right now. We want more, so I'm like, yeah, maybe in like 15, 20 years, we'll see. Yeah, I just thought that was a really fun, patriotic stitch to have out for summertime. So yeah, there was no particular reason. I just saw these on Stash and Loading, and I was like, give me. There we go. All right, yeah, the last 4 are from 1 through 3 Stitch. So these were like my wish list patterns. They're all big, which I don't know. There's one small one, but they're all big, but they were all from like, I know like Emily C had stitched. She stitches a lot of stuff that I like. Amy Love Toads stitches a ton of stuff that I like. So I'm like, I've just been like kind of like saving and logging patterns and writing them down. I wanted to get a Hawk Run, but the year at Hawk Run was out. It was out of stock on 1 2 3 Stitch, so I was like, ugh. I could have bought like one of the other Hawk Runs that I liked, but I just didn't like them. I'm like, if I'm going to spend that money, I'm going to get something I really like. So I just kind of went to the next thing on my list. But first thing I got is it was a small. That's what I didn't, didn't want to do all gigantic patterns. I wanted something tiny. I don't have, it's a Little House Needleworks. I think this was just on the popular list. It's 4 seasons. So it's little houses, and it shows it obviously in, oop, there we go. It shows it in fall, winter, spring, summer. Yeah, that's what I was saying. And yeah, for everything there is a season, which I love that saying and I love that verse. So I just thought this was super cute. It shouldn't be super complicated. It should go pretty quick, and that would be a cute little one to have up year long. So I'm like, I love like the seasonal and the holiday ones, but it's weird to leave it out past that. So I thought this would be fun. That's something that I can leave up year round and something manageable that I can like actually do. I'm gonna take this one out. This one's not very bright. Heartstring Sampler. This is one, I mean, I got this just because it was a good price on there. I had been, I've seen this a couple times, like, stitched up, but it's Heartstring Sampler, the Eye on the Sparrow. I just like it because it has tons, kind of like the Soda Stitch. It'll have, like, lots of small finishes, because all the different animals. There we go. Because, I mean, there's a lot. My husband saw that, and he's just like, holy, and I'm like, I mean, it looks crazy. It'll take a long time, but again, with all the small animals, it's kind of like small little payoffs that make you feel good overall. And then the words there, his eye is on the sparrow and I know he watches me, which I thought was cute. Yeah, we're an animal lover family anyway, but I just thought that was super cute. And again, the picture, not super awesome, but when it's stitched up, super awesome. So I just don't understand. The next two are like a bucket list. Ooh. Are like bucket list ones that I've like really wanted and I've held off because I've been intimidated, or I just didn't want to like necessarily spend $20 or so on a pattern. So since I got that little nest egg, it was on like Donkey Kong. So yeah, so this is obviously hoity-toity. I'm like, half of you probably knew as soon as I held it up what this is. But this, I've seen like people do small portions of. I just think is so much fun, so pretty. I love the colors. It's just, and I've heard people say like, it's super fun to stitch on. So I feel like this might be, maybe, one of my, because I'm going to start like one of my new patterns like in the next month or so. I want to get all the stuffs for it. So one of these, so I'm like, I feel like this is probably a pretty strong contender. I want to kit up the big My Haid. It's like the mother and daughter, and I showed you the black and white, but it doesn't really, not super pretty in black and white. But there's like 90 something colors, so I'm gonna try, which I haven't done before. I'm gonna go on AliExpress. I think factory shop is what people use. And I'm just gonna get like CXC and try it out, see what happens. I think I priced it. It was like $20-25 to get it off of there. So I'm like, all right, I'll sway from DMC and see how that works out for me. And the worst that can happen. And it's not like I'm dying, so it doesn't matter if it takes 6 to 8 weeks or whatever for all that thread to come in. So it doesn't matter. But yeah, so I feel like this might very well be my new start. So we'll see. Maybe I'll let you guys pick. You guys can tell me what I should start, because I am very like chronically indecisive person. Then the last one is one that Emily, Eclectic Possessions, she had, I think she did sometime last year. Every time she brought it up, I was just like, oh my god, I love the saying, I love the sampler, yes, yes, yes. So I've had it on my wish list. So I got the 3 Things, Moira Blackburn sampler, and I'm in love with it. So I don't know, I just feel like everybody's so like much more experienced and they know all of these things, so it's like nothing new, but well, it's new to me and I love it. But the saying is 3 things there are that will never come back: the arrow shot forth on its destined track, the appointed hour that could not wait, and the helpful word that was spoken too late. Which when Emily read that, I was just like, yes, yes, love it. And to boot, it is absolutely, it's absolutely beautiful. Like, look at that deer. Ooh, that deer is so cool. all of it. And the house at the bottom, the border, it's all beautiful. I'm super excited. So I feel like it's either gonna be this one, and of course it's gonna go super blurry. Boop. There we go. So I feel like it's either gonna be this one or Hoity Toity. So I'll let you guys pick. I'll kind of keep track. You can tell me what one I should stitch, 3 things or Hoity Toity. Then I'll start that one and we'll see how far I make it. I would love to do this more like monthly, so maybe I'll make one in, what is it, February, March? Middle of March? That'd be awesome. So I'll let you guys weigh in on that and see. So yeah, that's all I have. This was actually more of a legit, I know the last one was like super short because it was crazy. It was holiday time. This one was a normal video. Yeah, so that's all I have. For a while I wasn't watching, like I kind of got off the Flosstube thing and then I like popped back on. I was going through my subscriptions and a couple nights, I just binged on everyone a couple nights ago. Super fun as I was stitching. I was just like, yes, all the Flosstube, show me what you're working on. And now my husband, he won't be home for like an hour or so maybe I can sit down and watch Flosstube on our big TV. There's a reason why I strategically just so the maximum video is reached, hopefully this isn't cut off. I strategically do it when he's not home because he would be like walking in the background or he'd be behind me, just like totally distracting, totally being a brat, because that's what he is. But if I had to guess one of these times, he's gonna be in one of these because that's who he is. He's super fun and he makes me a lot more fun when he's around too, but he's a piece of work, kind of like my daughter. I said, I'm like, I am terrified if that baby is anything like my husband, and she's a lot like him, but it's super fun. They're good people. So yeah, so that's all I have for now. I hope everyone gets some good stitching time, and I will, I keep like hearing all these weird noises. Yeah, that's all I have for now, and I will see you guys soon. Happy stitching. Bye.